Welcome back to the channel. Late 64 to 67 C2 Corvette pull style door handle install. So this is all the tools you'll need to do this install and all the parts and pieces that will come in the kit.
Some of the tools that you'll need is a sandbag and a hammer, along with a punch to press in the pin. This particular handle is chrome plated. You'll get the handle with the pin already pressed in, but for paint ready, you'll have to press the pin in. A ratchet and a wrench, 7/16 for the 1/4-20 nut, some scissors to cut out your template, a file to file on the door for the additional bolt, and then some Loctite and anti-seize if you choose.
And then the parts that'll be in the kit, this is your original door plate. You'll reuse this. This is a lever assembly. This one's not zinc plated. Yours will have a zinc coating on it. The door handle, this is a chrome handle. If it's raw aluminum, it will not have the pivot attached to it. This is the guide plate, 2 gaskets, all the hardware. This is also a Microswitch if you choose to do that. Some people will use it to control their window on open and close or control the latch entirely, and then your template. So your first step will be to take the door panel off and remove the original door handle. We've done all of that on this car. There's so many different variations. If your door panel is custom, stock, whatever, you'll have to work through that and get those apart.
The next step would be to use your template so that you can file for the additional bolt hole. So we'll get that cut out. We didn't show tape in our... Oh. So Josh forgot to put tape on the list of things you'll need, but... So once you get your template cut out, you'll want to tape it on the car so you know where to file. So on the template, it's labeled which holes are OEM, so you can line them up with the original holes to know that you have the placement of the template correct. Tape it on the car. So now that your template's on, you can mark on the car where the new hole is located and then pull the template off and file the hole. This car's already been modified, but when you are filing for the additional hole, it's important that you file inward rather than backwards to avoid chipping the paint. For the Corvettes, being that they're fiberglass, originally they had this backer plate and we're gonna reuse it. So we have to modify this as well as the door. So we can just reuse our template, place it over those OEM holes again, mark the hole, and file this one as well.
So the next step is gonna be to install the lever assembly, the backer plate, and what we call the guide plate from the outside. First off, the lever assembly is gonna come in from the inside of the door with the backer plate on it, and you're gonna almost kind of roll it into place, and you're gonna poke the brass piece out of the bigger hole of the door. It really helps at this point to have a second person if you can, just to kind of help line it all up. You should be able to see all 3 holes start to line up with the exterior door skin. So once all those holes are aligned, you're gonna take your guide plate, your gasket, and the 2 Allen head bolts. We're gonna put a little anti-seize on these. We've never had an issue with it. If you're concerned about it coming loose, you could use blue Loctite here as well. So we're just gonna slide those on. The lever assembly is threaded in this portion. So you wanna just get those bolts started. I'm trying to just make sure that the backer plate and the lever assembly hole is lined up so that it's not impeding this bolt. Down with the lever assembly in the front and up with the backer plate. Once both bolts are started, you wanna double check and make sure that that front hole is aligned. And then you're gonna go ahead and snug these down. Just like anytime you tighten something to sheet metal or fiberglass, over tightening it can damage the surrounding panel. So what I like to do is just tighten them down, kind of sight down the side of the car a little bit. Just go to where they're good and snug. They really don't need to be that tight. So if you ordered an unpainted handle, after the handle is painted, you have to press the pin in to attach these 2 parts. Recommend a small amount of grease inside that joint. Ensure that the pinhole and the pivot are free of paint. The tolerances are very tight and it will affect the function of it. We found that using a sandbag is the easiest way to do it, but you could use a towel or a piece of foam or anything that works for you. We'll put the 2 pieces together. The pin gets pressed in from the bottom, so you kind of put the 2 pieces together, nestle it into the sandbag, and then we'll press that pin in. You should be able to just set that pin in there. There's a tapered seat that goes into, kind of get it started. Then at this point, if you have a second person, it sure makes it easier to use a punch and a little hammer. You're just gonna tap that in. So you'll see once the pin's all the way in, it will be flush with this lower edge of that taper. And you just want to be gentle with it. Tap it in slow, take your time. You'll feel when that pin bottoms out too in the punch, it'll get real solid. And you want to ensure that this pivot still moves freely. That is the amount of movement that you'll get out of it. The next step is to actually install the handle. So make sure your gasket's on. You also need a small Allen wrench and this shoulder bolt that attaches the brass to the handle.
For this part, you're gonna need the shake-proof washer and the nylock nut to put on the pivot point, a stud that will go through the door.
So now you're gonna run that stud through the front hole, in the back of the handle over the brass. Just kind of loosely set that in place. And then this part, it does help to have a second person to manually push the brass out of the door just a little bit to get the holes lined up. There you go. Go ahead and tighten that shoulder bolt down.
The next step would be to put the shake-proof and the nylock on the pivot point stud and then start tightening it down. This is a good time to have a second person so that they can sight down the side of the car when you're tightening this, because once again, you don't want to over tighten it and cause any damage to your door. All the bolts on this should be about the same tightness, so you just need it snug enough that it's not going to back out, but if you do over tighten it, it can cause issues with the sheet metal, or in this case fiberglass.
Now that you have all these pieces bolted onto the door, sometimes you'll actually have to go back and adjust this guide plate a little bit because you're relying on this pivot point, moving the brass through that in just the right spot. So you just have to tweak it. You can open this up, reach in there with your Allen wrench, loosen it, adjust it a little bit, and just get it fine-tuned because it should just snap back really easily. So the next thing is to make sure that your latch engagement is good. So with this car, it's got a wheel style latch. You can just put your finger on that latch, put a little pressure on it, and then pull the handle until it spins. You want to have at least 1/4 of an inch or more of movement in this handle before the latch is released. So that one is working well. On occasion, if you don't have 1/4 inch, you may have to file or grind on the lever assembly to allow for that extra amount of play. So this is the contact that hits the original paddle on the original latch. If you remove a little bit of material here, it'll allow that paddle to come back a little more and increase the amount of movement in the handle. Everything that we've tested, this has worked, but I also know that in the 60s, manufacturing tolerances were not that tight. You may also have to bend this lever a little bit on the end just to hit the paddle towards the top, but not over the top of it.
An optional add-on for this door handles is the Microswitch. To put it on, it's really simple. You'll get the Microswitch, a nut plate, this bracket, and some hardware, and you'll see there's already some threaded holes in the back of the lever assembly. You can set the Microswitch on there, install these two 832 screws. There's a slight amount of adjustment that you can get in this Microswitch by loosening these two bolts, as well as the two that go through the Microswitch, which may need to be done to either further engage or engage the Microswitch later in the throw of the handle. So that's something that's kind of just a fine-tune adjustment. Other than that, it's very easy to install, and you can test it by pushing on the lever assembly, and if you're really quiet, you can hear that Microswitch click.
After the door handle is installed, you can go ahead and install your door panel and put it all back together. And the final piece of this is making sure that your door is in really good working condition. So we actually made a whole nother video on tips and tricks for adjusting a door. Weather stripping, striker adjustment, door hinge adjustment, all those kinds of things come into play. It's really important to us that these handles work as well as they possibly can. I recognize that this car doesn't have weather stripping and everything on it, but these handles will work exceptionally well with a properly adjusted door.
Thanks for watching the install video. If you like it, like it. If you have a question, ask it. And don't forget, check the fit. Yeah, that felt pretty good.
That was good. That was good. You're gonna go in between the lines, or like on the lines?
This guy.
Wouldn't a punch be easier?
Shut up.
Ooh, you're happy with that?
Oh my god.
Obviously, it's not that precise.
And now you have to say this intro in unison.
No.
Right,
Knee hurts. Outro. That can be all you. Check the fit, guy.
Glad I have a reputation. Thanks for watching the install video. If you like it, like it. If you got a question, ask it. What?
And never forget to check the fit.
Oh, I didn't realize you were really doing that. Thanks for watching the install video. If you like it, you like. If you like it,
If you like it, then you like it.